Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're kicking things off looking at something that really feels like it could shake up how people learn languages.
Oh, yeah.
Using AI, specifically Google's Gemini, to try and master English.
Right.
Think about the possibilities there, for learners at every single level.
It's a really fascinating area, and the potential for AI to properly tailor language learning and just broaden access, it's huge.
So what are we working with today?
We've been looking at excerpts from Gemini, tu aliado inteligente para dominar el inglés.
Okay.
And our goal, really, is to go beyond just, listing features. We want to understand how Gemini can be a significant asset for anyone trying to learn English.
Digging into the key functions, the benefits, based on the source.
Exactly.
So the source jumps right in, talking about Gemini acting as a kind of personalized English tutor. It even mentions beginners can ask for a step-by-step guide, which sounds pretty helpful.
Yeah, that's useful.
But the bit that seems really powerful is simulating conversations. Real-world stuff, like ordering in a restaurant or, a work meeting.
That's a really good point.
How does that targeted practice help a learner, really?
Well, think about traditional methods. They can be a bit abstract, right?
Sure.
What's significant here is Gemini can create these practice situations that are directly relevant to what you need.
Ah, okay.
So if you've got that business trip coming up, you practice those scenarios.
Right. Targeted.
Exactly. That kind of simulation builds confidence and practical skills much faster than just general exercises.
Right, and getting feedback instantly. That sounds crucial.
Yeah.
The source highlights Gemini giving real-time corrections, grammar, vocabulary, even pronunciation, and suggesting more natural ways to say things. Why is that immediate feedback such a game changer?
Well, research actually shows this. Immediate correction helps strengthen the right pathways in your brain for language. It's way more effective than getting feedback later when maybe you've already practiced the wrong way a few times.
I see. So it stops bad habits forming.
Pretty much. You get that instant nudge. You build accurate habits much more efficiently. Builds confidence, too.
And it's not just correcting. It can actually make stuff for you. Learning material.
Yes. Generating materials.
Like exercises, personalized flashcards for vocab.
Yeah.
Lists of everyday phrases.
Exactly. All tailored.
How does that shift things for the learner, having the AI generate resources like that?
Well, it makes you more active, doesn't it? Instead of just passively receiving stuff, you can ask for exactly what you need for your specific challenges right now.
Taking control.
Yeah, that sense of agency, it's a powerful motivator. Usually leads to better learning.
Now, something that really stood out for me was the conversational practice.
Ah, yes.
The idea that you could just start talking to Gemini about, pretty much anything. That interaction, practicing speaking and listening, that feels incredibly valuable for actually getting fluent. Why is that low-pressure environment so important?
Well, let's face it, real-world conversations can be intimidating for learners, right?
Definitely.
So Gemini offers this safe space. You can experiment, build confidence, improve your listening, all without that fear of judgment you might get talking to a person.
So you can make mistakes without feeling embarrassed.
Precisely. It lets you do that crucial step of putting what you know into active use.
And if you do get stuck, like on a tricky grammar point or a word,
Gemini can explain it.
Clearly.
Yeah, the sources gives clear explanations, uses simple examples tailored to your level.
That sounds like it could really demystify some of the tougher parts of English.
Exactly. Breaking down complex rules or nuances into something straightforward right when you need it, that makes the whole process feel less overwhelming.
And accessibility seems key, too. It's widely available.
The Thesaurus notes multiple languages, including Spanish, which is great.
Big plus.
And it's on a web, mobile apps.
So you can learn anywhere, anytime.
Yeah. That convenience factor is huge for successful language learning.
How so?
It just removes so many barriers. No fixed class times, no specific location needed. You fit it into your life.
Making it more sustainable.
Right. Much more feasible for more people.
And this all loops back to that idea of personalized learning, doesn't it?
It does.
The AI adapts to how you learn, your progress. The source really emphasizes this makes it more effective and, maybe just as important, more enjoyable.
Definitely. If it feels less like homework and more like an engaging interaction,
You'll stick with it longer.
Exactly. AI personalization recognizes everyone's different pace, different style. Tailoring, it optimizes engagement. And ultimately get better results.
Okay, so let's get practical. Based on the source, how can someone actually start using Gemini effectively for learning English?
Yeah.
It mentions establishing a role.
Yeah, setting expectations, like telling Gemini, act as my English tutor for beginners.
Give me a step-by-step guide.
Right. The more context you give it, the better it can help you. It's like giving it instructions.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You can also ask for specific explanations, like
explain the difference between do and does, and ask for simple examples.
and then the dialogue simulation idea.
Yes. Ask it to simulate a conversation, say, customer and waiter.
And you can choose your role.
You can. And actively participating like that is key for developing communicative competence.
Meaning,
Being able to actually use the language effectively in real situations. You're not just learning rules, you're applying them.
got it. And for vocab, just ask for lists.
Yep, like give me 20 basic travel phrases, a really efficient way to build a practical base quickly.
What about pronunciation? The source mentioned that.
It touches on it. Gemini itself isn't maybe a specialized voice tool, but you can interact by voice.
Especially with things like Google's speaking practice feature.
Right, in search labs.
Yeah.
So you might get some feedback. It's still a valuable component, even if not as detailed as some dedicated apps.
And finally, checking your understanding. Quizzes.
Yeah, ask it to generate quizzes. Make 10 basic work-related English quiz questions.
Instant assessment.
Provides a convenient way to test yourself, reinforce learning, and see where you might need more practice.
It's interesting, though, the source doesn't just talk about Gemini. It mentions other AI tools, too.
That's right. It's a growing field.
Names like Langua, focusing on immersion. Speak for fluency. Elsa Speak for pronunciation.
Mm-hmm. Plus, the big names like Duolingo and Babbel are integrating AI.
Right. And TalkPal, Mondly, even ChatGPT used in a similar way to Gemini.
Quite the landscape, as you said.
So how do these compare? Is there a best one?
That's the crucial question, isn't it? And the answer is, it depends.
On the learner.
Exactly. On your learning style, your specific goals. Langua's immersion might suit visual learners. Speak or Elsa Speak are great if fluency or pronunciation are your top priorities.
So you need to figure out what works for you.
Definitely. Explore the options. See which tool aligns best with your needs and preferences.
Okay, so pulling it all together, the source really positions Gemini as a strong AI option for English learning.
Yes, mainly because it's versatile, it's personalized.
And good for that conversation practice.
Right. It's seen as an excellent complement to other methods, not necessarily a replacement.
But the key takeaway seems to be you need to be proactive.
Absolutely.
You have to know how to ask Gemini for what you need to really get the most out of it.
Precisely. Like any tool, it's most effective when used intentionally. Understand what it can do, learn to ask clear questions, and you can unlock its potential as a personalized tutor. Take an active role.
So there you have it, a look into using Google's Gemini for learning English. It certainly sounds like a powerful tool, potentially changing how we approach language learning.
It does, and it really makes you think, doesn't it? Consider this. As these AI language tools get more and more sophisticated,
Yeah.
how might that fundamentally reshape language learning in the future? Could it blur the lines between digital tools and, well, human interaction in ways we haven't even imagined yet?
Definitely food for thought. Thanks for exploring this with us today.